Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
And there's more explosions right now. Hold on, people are running. Hold on.
3,000 people lost their lives. It shook the world as the most deadly terrorist attack in world history, as well as the biggest terrorist attack in the United States since Pearl Harbor.
They flew 2 hijacked airplanes into the World Trade Center in New York City, 1 plane into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and another plane with an intended unknown target.
As seniors in high school, we are part of the growing population that either has no memory or was not yet alive at the time of the attacks. Yet, as much of the world does, we and generations to come still feel the repercussions today. America as a whole has changed, but that is the very definition of what it means to be an American, to come together after tragic events and times of adversity, and to learn from the past and grow stronger in the future.
Bonded by our actions since then, and bonded by our continued gathering here.
When America's attacked, whether it's Pearl Harbor or 9/11, America just naturally comes together. We're a multi-ethnic civilization, society. And what's really unique about America is it's not about ethnicity, it's not about nationalism, it's about an idea.
You know, this was an unprecedented event. No one could have expected something like this to happen. But despite that, people were still willing to come and do whatever they could to overcome.
We emerged closer, stronger, and more determined than ever.
And they need to be treated with respect. In our anger and emotion, our fellow Americans must treat each other with respect.
So yeah, it really brought the country together for a while.
9/11 produced a heightened sense of national unity, with citizens sharing common goals in fighting terrorism, honoring the victims, and repairing America physically and emotionally after the attacks, regardless of political ideology. People came together through actions large and small, from putting flag bumper stickers on cars to singing God Bless America on the steps of the Capitol, to rushing to volunteer in Ground Zero cleanup.
In the weeks after, Congress made the bipartisan decision to form the Department of Homeland Security when it was announced that America would be going to war to fight terrorism abroad.
77% of people supported the war in Afghanistan. At that time, George W. Bush's approval rating soared to 90%, which is almost unprecedented in today's society.
People felt immense pride in their country and a new identity characterized by zero tolerance for terrorism threatening our nation emerged. Unfortunately, many Americans viewed anyone of Middle Eastern descent as a threat to their safety.
The response went overboard. And so we lost sight of who we were as a people, as a country, and what was important to us as a country.
We're also taking decisive action to improve our vetting procedures, to keep criminals and terrorists the hell out of our country. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
He's only an alleged Al-Qaeda fighter until he's proven guilty in a court of law, before a jury of his peers. You don't have to like that, but that's the system that we have.
Yeah.
And we made a decision in the fall of 2001 to pretend that system didn't exist anymore. And so there were 2 different legal systems. There was one for Americans, and then there was one for terrorists.
Anti-Muslim sentiment dramatically increased following 9/11, supported by statistical evidence.
As you can see, the number of hate crimes against Muslims post-2001 increased sharply. It rose from below 100 and nearly doubled in the years after.
Additionally, it caused distinct opinions and debate about national security as people questioned how to best defend the country. This led to ongoing controversies regarding border security, gun control, and defense spending.
Despite these issues, we the people must look to the future.
We must remember what this country stands for when we remember tragic events.
This is no easy task. We have to teach our values to the generation of Americans born into a world where the New York skyline differs from the one our parents and grandparents knew and witnessed the devastating changes to.
They must grow up in a country that learns from disasters and does not let stereotypes and fear devolve into hatred and divisive policies, but rather, one that works to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, as the Constitution states. That is what it means to be an American.
We know that our diversity, our patchwork heritage is not a weakness. It is still and always will be one of our greatest strengths.